What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raymond coming at you with another video. And on this is going to be a news video. You know, we got to talk the news every once in a while, and a big part of the news is politics, so we're going to talk some politics here. But yeah, you guys, I can't believe I read this headline. The headline goes: Republicans call Trump's move to distance himself from Project 2025 preposterous. Now, here's the thing. I've read some of Project 2025. Some of it is good. Some of it is, in my opinion, bad. It just is. Even though they're conservatives and I'm a conservative, like prayer in school, I don't know how I feel about that. I just don't. I'm not equipped enough to be able to articulate one position over the other in any way. Because I can see the merits of both positions. I really can't. I really can, excuse me. But, but, you know, the abortion stuff, I love. Uh, from what I remember, it's anti-abortion unless to save the life of a mother. Actually, double scissors for that because that's amazing. Let's not kill babies anymore. That'd be awesome. But yeah, we're gonna get into this article from The Guardian. But before we do, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'd love to have you as members of the flock, the newest members of the flock. Come fly with us. The air is for everyone, and you know that the flock is for life. So we're gonna get into this. Um, it says Trump's claim to know nothing about radical right-wing plan recognizes it could sink his campaign, ex-Pence advisor says. So an advisor to Mike Pence, who Mike Pence isn't even in the picture anymore, is saying that this is a disaster or whatever. That is preposterous. This has nothing to do with it, to do with anything. Trump has disavowed Project 2025 several times, and every time that he does, people want to combine this, just like they did. They want to combine the two together, just like they want to say that Trump said the very fine people comment about Charleston, that he was talking about Nazis. He wasn't talking about Nazis. He was talking about the people that didn't want the statues removed because of history or whatever other reason, But he wasn't talking about the Nazis, and he said that very clearly. And once again, he has to, again and again and again and again, say, I do not support Project 2025. He has to just keep saying it all the time. His plan is not Project 2025. He didn't come up with Project 2025. He's not a supporter of Project 2025. All of that has been known. It's the media and left-wing politicians that want to pretend like they didn't know that. Like they thought that he signed the proposal or something. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. But here we are. It says Donald Trump's preposterous efforts to disavow Project 25, a right-wing blueprint for a radical takeover of the U.S. government if the former president is reelected in November, has been derided by former Republican figures. The Project 2025 plan includes calls for replacing civil servants with Trump loyalists, eliminating the Education Department, putting the Justice Department under the president's thumb, and banning the abortion pill. I'm not against that at all. About the abortion bill, let me be clear. I don't want the Justice Department under the president's thumb, which I don't believe that's outlined in Project 2025 either. So, like always, the Guardian's got a leftist. They got a left. They got to go left. They have to. Democrats have made concerted efforts to say the 900-plus page document from the Conservative Heritage Foundation think tank would be representative of a second Trump presidency. But although it was written by former members of Trump's first administration and he regularly echoes its policies in his speeches, last week Trump tried to disown the initiative. Posting on his Truth Social website, the presumptive Republican nominee claimed to know nothing about Project 25 and have no idea who is behind it. I'm sure he doesn't. He added, I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. Olivia Troy, a former White House advisor to Mike Pence who sat in on policy sessions during Trump's first presidency, said Trump's attempt to distance himself from Project 2025 was driven by a recognition that its deeply controversial policy prescriptions could sink his election bid. Well, at least they gave a name. At least it's not anonymous sources from Mike Pence's orbit. or who used to be in Mike Pence's orbit. It's ridiculous. This is preposterous if you look at the collaborators and the authors of this plan, she told CNN when asked whether Trump's denial was credible. A lot of these people served in Trump's cabinet during his administration. There are people that I worked with. I sat in those policy meetings with them. Okay, big deal. Who cares? Troy identified various figures, including John McEntee, who was Trump's director of White House personnel, Stephen Miller, a senior advisor in his first administration, Ben Carson, the housing and urban development secretary in his cabinet, and Ken Cuccinelli, a former deputy secretary of Homeland Security. Ken, I'm so sorry if I massacred your name, brother. I'm really, really sorry. As among the project's leading architects. Carson has been out there on the campaign trail with Trump, she noted. I think that this is telling us is that Donald Trump knows what that is written in this plan is so obscure. What is going on with the Guardian here? Let's try to make sense of what they're trying to say. I think what this is telling us is that Donald Trump knows that what is written in this plan is so extreme that it is damaging to his possibility of getting reelected, and that's what he's concerned about. Okay, so they're saying that they think that if the MAGA movement ties their hitch to this wagon from the Heritage Foundation, that we're going to get sunk, basically. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know that that's not his project. I know that he hasn't signed on to it. His project is Project 47. So, or what is it? Agenda 47. I think it's Agenda 47. Exactly how do you disagree with something you know nothing about or have no idea who is behind saying or doing the thing you disagree with? Said former RNC chairman and current MSNBC host Michael Steele in echoing Troy's derision. Okay, the same way that Joe Biden can go out there, okay, and go into a debate and tweet live from the event, even though nobody caught him on his phone doing anything like that, the same way that Joe Biden can tweet, that's how President Trump can know what's in that plan. Because somebody can tell him, hey, look, this is what's in your plan, and you're against these things. And I'm mentioning them to you right now. Because I know you're against this and this and this and this. So I'm mentioning these things to you. It doesn't take some incredible, creative imagination to come up with a scenario in which you know you're not following these plans or are in tune with Project 2025. It doesn't take you, reading the 900 plus pages. It just doesn't take you. You can ask for somebody for a too long didn't read, and they'll give it to you, and they can say, look, you need to say that you're against this, this, and this, because we're against this, and this, and this. It's easy. It doesn't take some crazy imagination. This isn't Hollywood here, folks. And how exactly don't you know that Project 2025 Director Paul Dan served as your Chief of Staff at the Office of Personnel Management, and Associate Director Spencer Chrétien served as your Special Assistant and Associate Director of Presidential Personnel. Among the plan's more drastic proposals are to fire thousands of permanent civil servants and replace them with hired conservative Trump loyalists, dismantling the Federal Education Department, asserting presidential power over the Department of Justice, which is nominally independent, and a ban on the abortion pill. Tell me that the Department of Justice is nominally independent when basically Merrick Garland has turned into friggin' Joe Biden's attack dog. Tell me how that's nominally independent. Please go ahead, lie to me some more. The Democrats, currently in the throes of a fierce internal debate over whether to retain Joe Biden as their presidential candidate, have settled on trying to make Project 2025 a household phrase in a drive to illustrate what a second Trump presidency would mean. Troy said the project should be seen as a threat not just to the Democrats, but to moderate conservatives too. If you go through and really read through this plan, this is complete overreach by the federal government on our individual liberties, she said. It talks about law enforcement and how they're going to use federal law enforcement in local states and local cities with no oversight. Because there's no oversight when they do that. They've learned all the lessons during the first Trump term, and this is what is frightening here. I think we need to be paying attention to this, and no amount of distancing by Donald Trump should be believed. I sat in on policy-making meetings with these people. Yeah, and you're not being a gold digger right now, and you're not doing this for your benefit, right, Troy? You're such a sack of crap. Good Lord. Trump surrogates have tried to back up his effort to separate himself from the project, with Marco Rubio, a Republican senator from Florida, who has been touted as a possible running mate for Trump, claiming in a Sunday interview with CNN there was no connection between Project 2025 and Trump. Think tanks do think tank stuff. They come up with ideas. They say things, he said. But our party's candidate for president is Donald Trump. Ah, fellow Cuban right there, Marco Rubio. He also dismissed, even though he's got his mistakes too, we all got mistakes. We're all sinners, right? But on the whole, I think he's a net positive for the Republican Party. I do. He likes war a little bit too much, though. I'm going to be honest with you. He does. He also dismissed, at least that's what it looks like. He also dismissed the importance of comments by the Heritage Foundation's president, Kevin Roberts, who said in an interview with Steve Bannon's War Room podcast last week that conservative-driven Second American Revolution will be bloodless if the left allows it to be, viewed by many Democrats as an implied threat of political violence. Yeah, from you guys. We're scared that you guys aren't going to be able to take the loss this year. You're not. He's not running for president, Rubio said. Our candidate's Donald Trump. I didn't see Donald Trump say that. The denials appear to be undermined by close studies of the personnel involved in the document's formulation. Of the 38 people involved in the writing and editing of Project 2025, 31 of them were nominated to positions in Trump's administrative or transition team, meaning 81% of the document's creators held formal roles in Trump's presidency. What a surprise. Conservatives that have served under a conservative, mostly conservative Donald Trump presidency are now going on to think tanks that are conservative. What a crazy conspiracy that you just keep following your ideology. It blows my mind, these people. These people have no brains. They're NPCs. The memes apply to them because of stuff like this. If I lost my job because Donald Trump didn't win his second presidency, they say that he didn't win his second presidency, but if he didn't win his second presidency, right, then you're out of a job all of a sudden. So now you've got to go where your resume allows you to go. And all of a sudden you find yourself employed by the Heritage Foundation. What's the problem there? You guys don't like what the Heritage Foundation has to say. We totally get that. I get that. I understand that. I hate what you left-wing lunatics have to say. Does that mean that you guys can't say it? No. Does that mean that you shouldn't be allowed to further, your career and your, where your resume takes you, where your ideology takes you? No. Because there's a bunch of you right now that have probably left, previous presidents that were Democrats, and you guys ended up going to the Southern Law Center or whatever the hell it's called. The name escapes me now. But you guys are going to left wing, MediaWorks, I think, is another one. Like, there's a million of them, dude. So according to this, you would not be able to follow your resume. You can't do it. You just gotta, eat garbage and die in a gutter somewhere. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to leave the link down below. You guys take a look at this. Don't take my word for anything. You guys take a look at this. Tell me what you think. But for whoever needs to hear this again, Donald Trump didn't write this. Donald Trump is not associated with this. If he was, he would have said, "Oh, I have something to do with this." Okay? He's Donald Trump. He's got balls for days, bro. His sack is gigantic. I assure you. He's shown how brave, and maybe sometimes to his detriment, but he's shown how much of a fight he's willing to put up for his beliefs. He does this all the time. So now all of a sudden he's got cold feet? That's bull, guys. Come on, man. That's complete and total crap. But whatever, you guys, you guys make up your own minds. Just don't be NPCs, you guys. Seriously, don't be NPCs. This is obviously the left trying to win an election. They thought they could win, by making him a racist, by saying that he was a racist. They thought that they could win by hopefully, for them, they hoped to imprison him. And now they're gonna tie their horse to this wagon here, and they're gonna say that, oh well, no, it's because of Project 2025, and he's gonna do it, and it's his idea. So now that's how they're trying to sink the campaign. Come on, you guys. You guys are intelligent. You guys are here. You guys are with it. You guys know what's going on. That's all for me, you guys. I've managed to make myself angry. You guys, as always, stay safe and stay based.